Hi Pisces, I hope you guys are doing great today. I'm just saging my table for you guys. We'll get into our deep love read. So we're going to do for singles, couples, and complicated. I'm going to timestamp in the description box below. So show up for whichever one you want. I know a lot of times the committed ends up resonating with the complicated as well. So however it goes. I'm going to be doing 3 specialty spreads though. First one up for singles, I'm going to be doing the Hermit energy. Okay. So these are fun reads. I normally do these more in person, but did them a couple of times on YouTube and a lot of you guys seem to like it. So it's a fun read. So Hermit, what can you learn on this journey that you've been on having to do with relationships? Where have you been? Where do you want to go? And what do you need to look at? Everything's got to be looked at, right? So we're going to be pulling for any sort of past event that might have gone on. Okay, the impact of the past. So we always have to think about those as well. Now we have emotions right now, what you want, ambitions, what's holding you back, what will you need to be able to move forward, what you're hoping for, King of Cups, I don't blame you for that, and the final outcome is the 3 of Cups. Okay. So for now, again, we mentioned the Hermit energy has to do with Virgo, right? I mean, I already pulled this, so this is not something, this is just the foundation. It's all about problem solving and thinking about the fact that you're single. Why are you single? What do you maybe need to release? Even if you haven't been in a relationship for a really long time, a lot of times things from the past need to be released. Old scars, old ideas, preconceived notions regarding relationship, things like that. So really it's about kind of getting in front of all of that for this real clarity on, what's going on. So the past events we have here with the Ace of Wands. So some of you may have been at a time where you met somebody new, where you were really, really attracted to somebody in the past. You wanted this new beginning. You've been wanting this new beginning. Ace is brand new. Wands are will, motivation. It's also passion. It also does indicate like virility, the ability to start a family. So in the past, you may have been in a situation with somebody where you really wanted to maybe get married, not get married, it doesn't matter, but maybe you wanted to, start a family, really sort of have this beautiful foundation, going on. And the impact of the past ended up with the Queen of Wands energy here. This is a Pisces and Aries energy. It's you guys in Aries energy. The thing is here, first of all, this does indicate you stepping into your power right now, right? Really very much relying on ideas, being really self-aware, figuring out what you really, really want, need, and desire in relationships. So because you may have been in this space where you thought you were with somebody who was that person, but it didn't go well for you. So now you're totally focusing on you, stepping into your own power, focusing on the right things regarding relationship. Really, really nice. So that's the impact, right? Is kind of learning from your past and recognizing like what it is that you need moving forward. The Queen of Wands is a really great energy as well. I mean, it's about communication. It's about, again, self-awareness. Really nice energy. Whether you're meeting that energy, but I don't feel like you're meeting it. This is the impact of the past. Okay. Now, as far as like what you're feeling right now, we have the 6 of Pentacles. 6 of Pentacles is such a nice card. It really is. It's a Moon and Taurus energy. This is about property and family and being generous and supportive. If you feel like if you've been struggling, recently with connection and just not feeling like you're connected to anybody or anything, this is definitely set to improve. And I feel like you guys know this, at least intuitively. And this, it's coming in to you, but I feel like somebody from your past may show up again here as well. And I'm not saying that you're going to get back with anybody who you've been romantically entangled with, let's say that. But this could just be somebody from your past, even a past friend, somebody just reaching out to you, maybe that you weren't expecting to hear from, just offering you some support, like, hey, how you doing? You know, has the COVID thing been going for you? Whatever, like that. But just a very supportive energy that could potentially end up growing into something else. Because right now, like the ambition and what you want right now, we have the Five of Pentacles. So I definitely feel like for many of you, you're feeling very... feeling a sense of loss when it comes to relationship, that you're still maybe trying to heal. But you're definitely trying to see a new way forward, you know, where you felt very tested in this area, you know, very, for some of you, maybe you were afraid to even totally let yourself go, you know, meaning heart-wise, you know, in this particular connection. But the thing is here, if you see, you're going to be able to consider some sort of new option, new way forward, a new way forward. Because this does indicate to me that you have a fear of losing yourself in a situation. You also don't want to lose your security, your heart, what matters to you, right? This typically shows up as like the pain and the aftermath of a breakup, or, you know, quite often even a literal death. You know, but you do have more support here than you realize, you know, for sure. But what it is that putting in the context of what it is that you want, right? You want to consider new options that are going to allow you to see a new way forward. But you're still sort of dealing with some sort of past issue. Even if you feel like, you know, you may be saying to your friends, you may be saying in situations where it's like, no, I'm good, you know, I'm past that thing, or, you know, I'm really okay being by myself. I really am. This is a good time, if ever, to I guess, be alone, you know, whether you agree with that or not. This can definitely be the energy of what you might be saying right now. But that's really not what you ultimately want, you know, because you're having this sadness. We're talking about like what's holding you back is this Knight of Wands energy. So the Knight of Wands energy, excuse me, could show up a couple of different ways. So let's just talk about, you know, if this is an individual, right, who's standing in your way. This is somebody who is very charismatic, who has that thing, right, but they may be very, very judgmental. I don't want to say that. Very quick to judge, make snap judgments about situations, about you, about people in general, based on their own very first impressions, right? And that could end up being problematic, because what can happen here with this energy is you may have been dealing with somebody in the past who was all these things, right? Very charismatic, very talkative, they were very attractive, you were very attracted to them, but something happened and they made a very snap decision, a very snap judgment. Maybe without having all of the information, or maybe their understanding of a situation was not 100% accurate and they went with their understanding of it. And you may be still trying to unpack that energy because it's painful. It's like it could have been where something completely ended pretty quickly and you're like, wait a minute, what happened? I thought things were actually going in another direction, right? That could definitely end up happening with this energy as well. But this, you know, you really want to be sort of proactive in relationship, but there's this energy that's holding you back, you know? And the Knight of Wands could also be very like a flirtatious energy as well. I mean, it is like this idea though of situations happening around you that's going to end up speeding up and lifting these blocks that have been in your way. So there's a decision coming in the area of relationship that's been holding you back. But at the same time, again, you might be feeling this sort of reservation. Okay. So, and this is what's holding you back. You may have somebody who's very interested in you, but you know that you're still not, you just might not be ready to just stop being with just you right now, you know? Can definitely be that kind of thing. But what's going to help you move forward is a lot of mental clarity. You know, the Ace of Swords is such a cool card too, with the staircase in the mind. You know, it is about, first of all, it's a very auspicious energy for new beginnings, decisions, clear thinking, you know, and really an immediate change to your circumstances for the better, because you're able to be very, very mentally agile right now, which is really, really good. You just want to make sure that you're not too zealous. You want to be very assertive without being too aggressive in a situation. So you want to be careful that, how do I want to say this? Because this is the idea of what's going to help you move forward. Meeting somebody new, having mental clarity about the reality of your past situation, just saying, the hell with it, I want to just go and meet somebody. Like, if you wait until you're ready, you may never be ready, but at the same time, you also don't want to end up throwing yourself into something that you can't find yourself in. Because all water signs can certainly do that, right? And, you know, as I mentioned, I think last time, like, I am very oddly protective of Pisces energy. Again, I mean, I have my karma in Pisces. I really don't have a lot of strong Pisces. I don't know a lot of Pisces in my life. But definitely the energy that could, because you're so loving and you're so giving and you want to help and you want to love and you run so deep, and you're all about dreams, and you love to fantasize, and you love romance and all of that, right? There is, because you guys are ruled by Neptune, there is that smoke and mirror element, though, and you want to be very, very careful of the energies that you're choosing to get involved with, because you don't want to redo any sort of mistakes from your past. And I know you will say that, I'm never going near an energy like that again, but again, you know, sometimes in the moment we can't identify it. So you just want to be very, like, you want to temper things there, okay, for sure. Now, what you hope for is the King of Cups. Of course, everybody wants that. I get it. You know, very charismatic, sociable, sensitive energy. Takes care of the needs of those close to him. It could be him or her. It doesn't really matter. Somebody who's not afraid of intimacy, right? For sure. That's definitely what the doctor ordered for Pisces in general, I feel right now. Absolutely. And then we have the outcome, this Three of Cups energy. So the Three of Cups, definitely like just an abundant energy. You're going to be encircled by very supportive energies right now. I really like it. This is a celebratory vibe. Great for healing. Good energy for new relationships, right? 3 is the number of creation. Just be careful that you don't party too hard. That's it. Good energy for. So I feel like there's a lot of like healing that's going on here, Pisces. I like it. I like it. Okay, what do we have? Appreciate this moment. Every situation is an opportunity to grow and find love. Love it. Let's pull one more. Relationship patterns. It takes strength to recognize the need for change and patterning. Even if you're single, there's always these patterns, right, that we end up exhibiting, right? Like if you tend to rush too quick into something, right? Or kind of go head first. You want to, or heart first, not head first, right? You want to be careful of maybe not repeating that kind of thing. All right, so let's pull a Wisdom of the Oracle, throw some dice, get an Astro card for our Pisces single friends. Here and now, live in the moment, not in the past. Toothpaste is out of the tube, let it go, live in the moment. Don't focus too much on the future. Oh my God, is this going to work out? Oh my God, you know what I mean? No. Stay in the moment. Scorpio, Jupiter, 11th house. Woohoo! Scorpio is the sign of sex, okay? But it's also transformation. So it's releasing something so that you can have a new birth in this area, like a birthing process. Jupiter is all about luck and expansion. Beautiful, very benefic energy. And the 11th house, you may be meeting somebody through your friends. A friend may become a lover during this energy, or this is a really good time to just focus on just like literally turning the page. It's strange. I have a very interesting feeling intuitively, Pisces, almost like it doesn't matter if you find someone right now. What matters is that you're healing from whatever either things from the past situations, past hurts, or because the 11th house has to do with goals and where you see yourself going. So there's this transformation. I feel like it's kind of like out with the old, in with the new kind of energy as you move forward in your goals. So this is really just releasing all of these excuses as to why you're not with somebody, or getting more honest with yourself. If you've been trying to meet somebody, really what might be getting in the way? Be super, super honest with yourself. Because we can create these energetic blocks so easily. We could look super cute, go out there, chatty up a storm, be flirting and all of that stuff. But energetically, if we're still holding on to like bitterness, if we're still holding on to, oh, it's never going to work out kind of thing, like truly energetically, we can get no. I know a lot of people don't believe in that, and it saddens me because it's very real. Like, if you don't believe in that, just give it a try. Give it a try for a month. Give yourself a time period. But I actually don't do that, because then you're going to be putting pressure on yourself. But truly, guys, thoughts become things. If you understand anything about energy, understand that. And we get in our own way even when we don't intend to. We have Sagittarius. Beautiful. Love it. This is you being very enthusiastic, you being very motivated. Sagittarius is about moving forward with integrity. It's ruled by Jupiter. So I love this. But you know what else I love about this, Pisces? Sagittarius rules our moral code, our moral compass, and our personal philosophies. And I feel like you're updating that for yourself right now in an attempt to actually move forward in a much healthier way than you've been. So, lots of work on self. I do know a lot of Pisces have absolutely been doing a lot of work on themselves. You guys are going to continue working on yourselves because you do have the great conjunction in the 12th house. I don't want to make it about astrology, but we've been talking about this, right? So definitely a cool read for our Pisces singles. All right, my friends. So if you're not going to hang with us for the rest of the readings, see you next time. All right. So for now, let's move on to our committed relationships, okay? So if you're in a committed relationship, we're going to be doing a lover's spread. Lover's spread is about Gemini. So Gemini energy, the lover's energy in relationship is really about a decision needing to be made. And are you both equally willing to work on whatever it is that you guys have going on in the relationship? Is there equal footing? Maybe there is. So this would be a great maybe read to get some validation. Otherwise, maybe you're sensing some sort of imbalance in some area of your relationship, and it might help to get some additional information about what's going on. There's always a decision with the lover's energy, but isn't that life, right? That certainly is life. So let's try to get a flavor, and then we'll pull cards as we need. Oh, hello, too many. Too many. I'm not taking any of them. Tower, 5 of Swords. I think you want me to take those, right? Pisces. All right. Such as the Pisces. In a committed relationship, you guys might be in a weird space. Maybe the complicated will resonate with you. But things might be fabulous as well. Okay. Whoa, 10 of Swords. All right. So this is the question. This is the decision that needs to be made. Like, is something done? Has there been this rock bottom? There's a history here for sure. The finality and the release of something releases you from a frustration and stress, even if it's painful, having to do with some situation going on right now in this connection. But this is the good news, is this is the end of a very challenging era, so you can transform into like a healthier energy, within yourself, with fresh eyes and a new mindset. It's still a minor arcana, the 10, right? So it doesn't have to be like, a long-lasting energy, but something the way it's been, it definitely has to be over as the way it was. If you guys are going to be able to find your feet again, okay? definitely a way of relating, a way of connecting, because you want to think about swords has to do with communication. It's like one sword at a time over time. It has to do with truth. That has to do with communication. So that has to be released, right? Now, the background of this situation is we have the Four of Cups. So very interesting. I mean, the Four of Cups in a partnership can indicate boredom, believe it or not. I mean, it sounds kind of harsh and like mean, but it can definitely be that, this idea of restlessness, being apathetic, being very bored, right? Where, but this is the kind of energy, though, where small changes can go a really long way here. So you might need some spice in your relationship. And also, you need to be really honest about your role in whatever is going on right now, good, bad, or indifferent. Just to be really honest about your stuff versus their stuff. You just want to make sure that you are not pointing fingers unfairly and they're not pointing fingers unfairly, right? Because that could happen in the Four of Cups energy. It could be because it's a little bit of an immature energy when it comes to emotions, right? That's why in a lot of decks you find like a very young person, with this. But again, it's this idea of feeling very restless, very, very, very apathetic, that ends up leading to this sort of necessary end. Right? And it could definitely be like, oh my God, like, are we actually as meant for each other as I thought? Is this actually what I thought? Right? But the best, the two choices that you're going to be making, we have two choices. Okay. Action to take and the outcome. Okay. So, wow. See, it's just so crazy, the cards, right? These are the choices. You're either going to start something new with somebody else and go in a different direction, or you're going to learn your lesson and grow from there within the relationship. That's it. You're going to have a hard time figuring out, though, what the right thing to do is, which is okay for now. Because we have the Ace of Wands to start here. So the Ace of Wands is about new beginnings, like just new. Ace is brand new. So this could be a new chapter of passion for you in your life, Pisces. Because I feel like, honestly, definitely needs to be changed. So if you need more passion, right? This matters to you guys. You guys are a water sign. You're emotional. So I'm feeling, though, like if the emotions are not there. Now, this could be a new beginning in the emotional space, but if you're dealing, now the Lover's energy, like I mentioned before, is all about, is everybody on the same page? Now, because this is a general message. If your partner's on the same page, when you sit down and say, listen, I need to have a conversation with you, which you're not going to feel comfortable doing. Pisces are not comfortable having that conversation. You guys are the landlord of the house of the hidden. You're the landlord of the house of the subconscious. You're thinking things in your mind. You're feeling a lot, right? You're the oldest water sign. But you're going to have to talk about it, because this is the thing. Here with this energy, either this is going to be a new chapter of passion within this relationship, or you're going to meet somebody, you're going to go off and meet somebody completely new. Again, it depends on how willing they're going to be to show up in this relationship. So you're going to have that understanding. So that's choice number one. Choice number two, we have the World energy. Best card in the deck, honestly, it really is. The World is Saturn, and this is the understanding that you've gone through a lot in this relationship, for sure. Yeah, but you finally learned something. So there's something learned here, and now that you learned it, it can be released, and you can grow from here. This is an Empress energy in numerology, right? And so, especially for those of you who are married, right? Because Saturn rules Capricorn, which is the 10th house, which rules the institution of marriage. Like, you're holding in society as being married. But with the Empress, with the numerology connection, it's about growth and expansion. The Empress is Venus. It's love. It's trying to work out something in a balanced way. And it's recognizing that you guys have this history. You guys have been through a lot. So you need to have this like new sort of like, I don't know what the answer is, like a romantic dinner. If you can't go out, have a beautiful romantic carpet picnic with like candles, buy some fun outfits to like get, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Or do something like that. We have the outcome. We have the Ace of Cups. So definitely key emotional events going on right now. Absolutely. I mean, very strong love and support, you know, within existing relationships now. This can also be an indicator of fertility and pregnancy. So, you know, okay, careful there if you don't want that going on, if you're in that stage of your life. But this is also about prioritizing your relationship, prioritizing what matters, prioritizing what do you guys share and what are your responsibilities together. So, you know, parenting, whatever has to go on, right? But it's almost like falling in love all over again. You know, and I really, I have to tell you, I really like that for you. But like definitely a challenging ending here with this Ten of Swords. Okay. Embrace your emotions. Yeah. Allow your feelings to surface and be accepted. Very nice. Let's pull another one. Aw, Pisces. How beautiful is this card, right? The Union of Hearts. Very nice. That's beautiful. A love connection defies explanation. Ugh. Lucky Pisces. Beautiful. Beautiful. Doesn't look too complicated. This is not a complicated read, but I mean, you know, I started to vibe. It was going in that way. Looks like you just need to have a really like a semi-sextile. I love it. Allowing. You have to allow. You have to encourage each other. Clarify what you're feeling. Understand that there's an ebb and flow in relationships. Everything is cyclical. And this is a time to allow. Let the happiness happen from that Saturn energy of the world. Wherever the world was, the world there. Okay, beautiful. We have Aries, third house, Mercury. Communicate, 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 communicate. Seriously. We got the third house and we have Mercury. Third house is Gemini, which has to do with the lover's energy. But it is about communication. Mercury, communication. Aries, fresh path, new perspective, fresh mindset, new set of eyes. Allow the newness in. Yes. Beautiful. All right. Do I want to pull anything else? Or should I just leave it there? No, let me pull a couple of angel love cards for our very lucky Pisces who are in a committed flirt. Extend your lighthearted energy to others. What is wrong with that? Flirt. This doesn't mean outside the relationship. Flirt with each other. Flirt with each other. True love. This is the romance of a lifetime. Pisces, seriously? To get the union of hearts and that? Oh, you guys are going to have a very nice Valentine's Day. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. We need to pull a clarifier on that. Calling in your soulmate. Your prayers and affirmations and visualizations have brought you together. Okay, perfect. Good. So, yeah. Well, okay. Because we have, this is a karmic situation. It's like you guys are just going to find each other again in a totally new way. And this, to me, what affirms this is the Ace of Cups as well. So we have the Ace of Cups. You guys are going to be handling your relationship in a different way, in a new way. Wherever you've been feeling stagnant, wherever you've been feeling apathetic and bored and unfulfilled, that is going to be addressed, and it's going to be the kind of thing where, why didn't you tell me sooner? Why didn't we have this conversation? That kind of thing. And you guys are going to discover each other again. So I really like that. Beautiful. Okay, my friends. I mean, I just want to like keep going with this one, but can't do that. We're going to go on to all complicated. Let's go to our complicated friends, okay? All right. So the complicated one I'm going to be doing with the death card, right? And the reason I'm doing the death card, I know it seems very ominous when you look at him, right? With the skull and all that, but it's about transformation. It really is. So something obviously needs to be ended or fixed, but it can't stay where it's been if it's complicated. So something's got to give, right? This idea that something's got to give. Okay, so the first card up, past issues that need to be released. We have the Lover's energy. Okay, those are past issues, and we have the outcome is the Four of Wands. Very nice. So this is the thing. When we get the Lovers, remember, the Lovers is all about a decision in love. That's what the Lover's energy is. Right, you might be dealing with a Gemini. This came up, Gemini, and well, the Lover's energy, obviously, but even in the first read. But so the Lover's energy is about, if you guys are in a complicated space, but you like more together than that kind of thing. This really is this question that needs to be answered. Are you both equally willing to work on what it is that you guys have, and how strong is the foundation of the connection? It's very, very important that you guys work together in something. But this is all about what past issues that needs to be released is a decision of love that's been made in the past. That's got to be let go of. That's it. I don't want to be with you anymore. I'm done. That's got to be let go of. If you're in a situation where it's like, I don't care what kind of dysfunction we have in this relationship, I'm in it, ride or die, that's it. That's going to be released, because that's not going to serve you either, right? So it's this kind of thing where whatever you guys have decided in the past, that needs to be released. Because now it's like a new day, a new time. With the death energy, there's got to be transformation here. And to have the beautiful Four of Wands outcome, like, this is so good. It really is nice. I mean, this is about a strong foundation. It's about success after completing a phase, right, within the relationship. Very celebratory vibe. This could be your partner opening up to you in a way that they've never opened up to you before, right? Opening up their heart and expressing their love and their affection and their intentions for you in a way that they never did, right? That's why this is called the honeymoon card, right? This is very auspicious for creativity, for any sort of joint project that you guys want to get going on. So maybe like moving in together, having starting a family again, getting married, whatever like that, coming together. So it does look really, really nice, for sure. So let's see if we can't get some more information on this. Just for some validation and understanding, okay? Validation and understanding. Okay. So we have the Seven of Pentacles and the Three of Wands. Okay, so we're talking about decision here, right? This past decision that you need to release. So we have the Seven of Pentacles working with the Three of Wands. So the Seven of Pentacles is really working very hard at something, right? And saying, if we keep going at this, and if I'm patient, this definitely will be able to work itself out, right? And I'm not going to give up, and we're going to fix this, that kind of thing, right? And then we have that working with the Three of Wands. And the Three of Wands it is a very good energy. It's one of the good fortune cards. Very intense energy here, though, for sure. Yeah, I mean, this can also be very indicative of a wedding or an important relationship, or moving on to realize that your plans that you are setting forth in front of you within this situation may need to be addressed, because there is this idea of something different, wanting to do something different rather than what you've been doing, right? But basking in the uniqueness of it all, I always say, with the Three of Wands. So there's this patience, but somebody wanting something more or differently in the relationship. So again, going back to this idea of decision, so super patient, but wanting, you always get like a very, it's the Three of Wands, even though the Three of Wands is a Sun and Aries energy, in astrology, I almost always get like this association with an Aquarius energy here as well. So, oh, well, you know what? Come to think of it, wait a minute now. If you're a Pisces rising, you have Aquarius on your 7th house, which means that that's the energy that you resonate very strongly with. Pisces energy resonates very nicely with Aquarius energies. It depends on what else is in their chart. I'm just talking from an archetype perception, because the Three of Wands is very much about dealing with unconventional people in an unconventional situation, doing things that are very unique, really wanting to go there and do something very different, kind of very out of the box sort of thing, but with a fresh path and a new set of eyes and a new mindset. So we have this idea of patience, really willing to put the work in, but there needs to be this adaptation of this new mindset, right? So it's got to be this release of what was, and this new mindset has to be had here. It does seem like, for sure. Now we have with the Four of Wands. Okay, so first clarifying of that is the Five of Swords. Not the easiest energy, right? Clashing of what you want with the reality of the situation, and now that could be. Again, if this has to do with getting married or moving in together, whatever, you guys might not be on the same page. So there might be this clashing of what you want and what they want. Or maybe you guys both want the same thing, but the reality of your situation doesn't allow it. And there's this tension and this ongoing conflict that you can't really win in the moment. So it's better to just put it on the table and walk away with some grace and deal with whatever disappointment you're dealing with, because you can't mitigate whatever the situation is. So if it's that, you guys are just not seeing eye to eye on where you guys are going in the relationship, like where you want to live, who wants children, who doesn't want children, who wants to get married, who doesn't want to get married, whatever it is, what's considered equitable. Everybody's definition of things might be very different. Now, that's something that in this energy, don't even bother continuing to have the conversation, because if there ends up being yelling and any sort of drama, no one's being heard. And you can't mitigate this. So like, this tells me though, if you're dealing with another energy, like they're not going to come off their mark. Not right now. Okay. And you can't fix somebody else's unfixable stuff, right? So whatever they're going through, it's really not your fight to have. Like, the main issue is not with you, Pisces, and I'm not saying that because I'm speaking to you. I'm saying that because that is what the Five of Swords energy indicates, is you dealing with some sort of challenging situation, but it's like the seed of whatever's going on is not coming from your end, but yet you're kind of caught up in it because you are in this relationship. Okay, so really just like put it on a shelf for a minute, because the way things, it may just be money, it may just be wacky COVID nonsense going on, like these, you know what I'm saying, external things, because we do have the Six of Wands working here. And so there is this this is deserved success. Like you put a lot of work into this relationship. Feelings are shared here. Feelings are shared and well received. Really good communication comes in that can end up leading to a deepening of the connection. So it's through the discord of this and you just like having some grace about the situation that I feel like you guys are going to be able to have this deepening of a commitment where it ends up changing. Like the page can end up flipping for those of you who are in a very weird space. Two of Pentacles, Seven of Wands, the Emperor with Temperance. Yeah, I mean, look, there's definitely two choices, two paths to go on. You guys have a decision to make. Now, this could be anything from, are you going to stay together or are you not going to stay together? Or are you going to move into house A or house B? Or, what's going to happen with this or that, whatever it is going on. But there's definitely a couple of of options here, and there's a weighing of options. I mean, that, you know, but this is the need to make a decision regarding more than one path, and there's got to be some sense of negotiating this thing. But you have to put one of the pentacles down. One of the pentacles has to be put down. Now we have this working with the Seven of Wands. So the Seven of Wands, astrology, this is Mars and Leo, right? So this indicates obstacles, but you have the resilience to overcome whatever challenge you're dealing with, you know, like you can be successful here, but morality and your personal philosophy, super important to you right now. But, you know, the relationship might be a little challenged right now because you feel like you need to fight for the relationship, you know, temporarily. And you may easily be in the space where it's like, oh man, you know, is this even worth it at this point? You know, because it's like, are we even on the same page? Do we want the same thing? Back and forth. Some of you may even be, because we got the death energy, some of you may even be separated right now. Right? And that may have been like that past decision, right? That you're in the space of needing to figure out. But we have this idea here of there needs to be some sort of negotiation, for sure. And the thing is, there's nothing wrong with fighting for your relationship at all, as long as your partner returns the loyalty and they're there for you, you know, which is always going to be about the lovers. Is everybody on the same page? Now we have the Emperor energy working here, and the Emperor is, you know, it's a nice energy in relationship for sure. Future plans, practical matters, you know, any sort of practical issues or address in the current relationship, things that you need to do, iron out for this next stage in your relationship. And it's done with temperance. And the temperance does indicate that, you know, maybe you went through a little bit of a challenging time, and you're finding a new level of trust and patience and cooperation after a pretty challenging time. You know, definitely there's a lot of emotions going on here, you know, and I just want you to know, numerology linked to this is the Hierophant energy, which is one of the marriage cards, but it's also about conforming and expectations. And you guys having that honest conversation, like, this is what I expect from you in relationship, and them doing the same thing to you, and how things need to be conformed, right? I mean, so it's definitely like a marriage, committed partnership kind of thing, you know, celebrating the sacred in your relationship in a different way. So it looks like for this complicated situation, for those of you resonating with this, that there's a lot of energy here that offers resolution. However, tarot, astrology, we can never take into account the human condition of choice. You know what I mean? I always say, whoever says that, they can. Watch out. Don't trust it. That's the beauty of being a human being, right? We do have choice. We could give you the weather of what's available to you. It does look like some beautiful communication can happen here. The only thing that is real is love. Shift your focus back onto love. Really nice. Love that card. Romance. Lavish the one you love with personal attention and affection. Yes. Why not? Beautiful. I feel like I want to pull some of these as well. We have 6th house. We have sun. Or you got to figure out whose ego, for good or bad, might be getting in the way. Because it really is time to take a fresh path, a new perspective, in order to improve the health of the relationship. Because we have 6th house. So you have to improve the health of the relationship. I don't know if I can ever be exactly who you expect me to be. So this could certainly be an issue that's going on here. I love everything about you, even though I may not like you sometimes. Okay. I'm insanely attracted to you. Aw, Pisces. Yes. Yeah, so it does seem like there's some like insecurity, some sort of vulnerability going on here regarding something. Sure. Neptune. We got your ruler, man. This is all about, you know, just having visions, having empathy, allowing your fantasies to step in. This has to do with like the ether, the dream space, the subconscious. You know, it's that Neptunian energy is like, oh, just allow yourself to go there. That's like allowing yourself to, just for the moment, okay? Just while you guys just, you know, really work on things, allow that sort of, just sort of like this universal vision of love to sort of take over. Allow yourself to connect spiritually. So important in this energy. But you want to make sure that you're not doing it in a way where you're sacrificing yourself. And something that Pisces always needs to be mindful of. Nothing that ends up making you feel like you're sacrificing yourself, it's simply not worth it. It's never worth that. And if this person really loves you, they're not going to expect that from you. Okay. Codependencies, addictions are affecting your romantic life. So really, you know, get in touch with that, right? If that's a situation that needs to be discussed. Then we have this unrequited love right now going on within this complicated situation, worth waiting for. So there's definitely this process that needs to be gone through. Absolutely. This is what needs to be discussed here. You know, do you guys have enough of what's necessary to make something work? But, you know, worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life here. Everything's happening is exactly as it needs to. So that is what I have for you guys. So it does look like you're going through some stuff, but it does look like ultimately it is gonna, you know, get figured out one way or another. You have all the energy that one would need in order to work this out. But again, who knows what you're dealing with? Like if you're dealing with a crazy narcissist, like anyway, you don't want to get back with them anyway, or work it out with them. I know you might not agree with me, but that's just a really unhealthy energy, and it's an energy that Pisces easily pulls towards themselves. The archetype, that is. I don't know what else you have in your chart. All right, my friends, that is what I have for you. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.